You're live in Studio B with your day-to-day BYU Sports play-by-play. I'm Spencer Linton alongside Jason Shepard. Joining us now on the Deseret First Credit Union hotline is BYU wide receivers coach, big part of their passing game success, Fesi Sitake. Coach, welcome back to the show. How are you?
Great. How are you guys doing? Always good to be with you.
Hey, we're doing well. We were just discussing Gonzaga and Baylor tonight in the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. I know we're going to talk a ton of football, but I got to get your opinion. Are you all in on the Zags, or are you pulling for Baylor tonight?
All in, completely all in on Gonzaga.
Yes. So. Jason, see, I told you you were on an island.
I realized this was not going to be a popular opinion. I get it. But I've got to, as the kids like to say, you got to keep it real, right?
Okay.
So I'm just being honest.
Hey, well, let's go ahead, Fess.
No, I was going to say that the three biggest reasons are geographically, right? They're more of our neighbors. You got to love your neighbors. It enhances BYU's, standing, I feel. And then the other reason why is it's my bracket. I picked them, right? I didn't put any money on it.
I think the truth has come out.
I didn't put any money.
Yeah. Fessy, you buried the lead. You made the lead the third reason why. That's why.
Yeah, that reason is a lot of people are pulling for Gonzaga tonight, let's be honest.
So you haven't posted a recent workout picture, at least that we've seen on social media. Are you still on the Hinckley-Ropati workout regimen?
I am, believe it or not.
We're showing it on TV right now. There you go.
There we go. Yeah, I've changed my filters now to like shrink me down a little bit so I fit in with you too. But I still look like that. So
you look fantastic, man. We got to get on that workout plan for sure.
Let me know whenever.
All right. I can't believe that spring football is already. It's been such a crazy spring with the additional sports being added to the schedule because of COVID, but. Spring football has now come and gone, and you're on vacation. In fact, you're hanging out with us on one of your vacation days. Sorry about that. But as you look back on things and think about it, how would you evaluate the entirety of BYU spring football?
Progress is the word that comes to mind. We had a ton of progress that was made. Obviously, everyone close to the program knows the production that we lost. And obviously we knew that as a program. And so it was a fun challenge. We knew stepping into practice one that it was competition right away. And it was going to be a matter of who steps up and fills roles and showcases, their potential, ability to fill in on those roles. And by the end of spring ball practice 15, we thought we had a good gauge of guys who are really starting to develop, and there was a lot of healthy competition. We made it out healthy for the most part, which is really what you want in spring as well. So it was really a lot of progress I thought we made this spring.
The quarterback situation is obviously something everybody pays attention to, and I guess my question is the offense going to change? Does the offense change depending on whoever ultimately starts at quarterback? Or do they all fit into the same scheme depending on how this all plays out?
Yeah, we have a system that really will cater to any personnel group, including the quarterbacks. We recruit to a certain skill set. And so we have enough in our offense to where it really doesn't matter whoever wins that job. We might cater little things here and there on a weekly basis, but the overall core of the playbook won't need to be adjusted at all, depending who that quarterback spot goes to.
Well, let's talk about each of the three most likely candidates, at least as far as we know, to start for BYU. And I just want you to tell me the thing that stands out about each of these kids, the first thing that pops into your mind. So let's start with Baylor Romney. What comes to mind when I say Baylor Romney?
Just very, very level-headed, even keel guy. He's never going to be too high or too low. He's a proven guy in terms of playing valuable games here, and leading us to victory. And so that's what I would say. Just very level-headed. And a proven guy.
Okay, now let's go with Jacob Conover.
Jacob, super hungry, very driven, very motivated. I think all the quarterbacks love football, but when I think about Jacob, this is a guy that just eats, breathes, and sleeps football, and is just very excited and anxious to improve and get better.
Okay, and finally, Jaren Hall.
Jaren, stud athlete, very underrated thrower because his ability to move is so exciting, and so he's an all-around guy. Obviously, we just gotta keep working with the, hoping that the health is there. But man, this guy's exciting, electric, dynamic player.
Back to maybe a big picture spring football question. I'm sure you went in with some questions. Did you get any answers in spring ball, or is it still too early? Do most of the answers come in fall? I'm not specifically talking about quarterbacks. I'm just talking in general. Did you get any questions answered that you had going into spring?
Yeah, I think so. A lot of the major questions looking at the overall offense was just how much of an well-oiled machine can we have, with the production that we lost. And man, when you think about Brady Christensen and our O-line situation, obviously Zach at quarterback and then Dax at receiver, you automatically have those questions like who's going to fill those voids. And so as an offensive staff, we're looking at that same thing. And we thought a lot of guys surfaced and really, really responded to that challenge and that opportunity. Granted, there's still a ton of room to grow, and that's what this offseason's for, and the 4 weeks we'll have in fall camp. But I thought we had a lot of questions answered.
BYU passing game coordinator and wide receivers coach Fesi Sitake with us on BYU Sports Nation. You want to know how to replace Dax Milne? Well, starting with the brothers Nacua is a pretty good place to begin with Samson and Puka coming in. What kind of an impact do you expect those guys to make in year number 1 of them joining BYU football?
I expect them to have a big impact. That they're aware, and so is the rest of the group. They got to come in and prove themselves. Obviously, they've been able to prove themselves at the previous programs they were at. But every season brings on new opportunities, new challenges. And so we're really excited for what they've done in the past and what they're going to bring in terms of their leadership, their skill set. But according to what they've done up to this point, I expect a good impact from them. And I'm just excited for the competition.
What does each player individually bring to this offense?
Of those two,
you're saying? Of those two, yeah.
Yeah, Samson is just obviously is more seasoned, and I was able to watch him obviously just at his time there at Utah, and he's a very polished physical receiver. He brings a mentality to the group that just continues to enhance the physicality, the mindset, the toughness, and he's really he's produced a ton. He's a proven player at that level, and so he brings a lot of experience. Puka in the 1 year he had showcased his ability to be such an explosive player, and I think that's what he brings, an added element of a guy that can stretch the field, that can go up, make plays, high point balls at any spot in the field. He also brings toughness. That the Nacua bloodline, those guys are physical. They love football. And so each one of those two will bring their own element of that. But, like I said, it just adds to what we already have within this group, and it's going to be fun to watch these guys compete.
Let's discuss the eligibility factor now with Puka and Samson. I know there's been some question as to how many years they'll have at BYU, when they'll both be available. So what's the update in those regards, I should say?
Yeah. Samson coming in as graduate transfer, 1 year to kind of do his deal, get us going on his master's, and obviously play football with that year. Puka is kind of just it's contingent on some things. We're waiting for the NCAA to pass an exception that would allow immediate eligibility. And if that doesn't happen, obviously we got to go to plan B there. And so, there's still a couple questions to be answered, and a lot of that timetable is out of our control, but we're on it and understand the things we're up against to get them right away, or, to maybe have to hold. And so we'll for sure keep you guys updated on that.
Fesi, you talked about this at the beginning of the interview, but when you look at all of the production that left, it really is amazing when you look at the production that's still here or coming into the program, whether it's the wide receivers, whether it's the tight end position. I mean, the passing game, this is a good problem to have in terms of trying to find reps for all these guys, isn't it?
It is. It really is. Like, you think about, the tight ends. We're getting a guy in Dallin Holkerback, who's a proven guy and who had a great campaign as a true freshman. And our offense is, I think, even more suitable to a guy like him now. And so you look at that, and you obviously look at the brothers, the Nacua brothers coming in to replace potentially those 70 catches, 1,200 yards that Dax had. You got Chase Roberts, who's not a proven guy, but obviously has a really high ceiling. And then all the guys we currently have on this roster, like there's definitely a lot there that we can work with, and we're excited for that. So though we have lost a lot of production, we feel we got a ton of guys on deck ready to roll.
Fesi, you've been in the program now for a few years and have had some, significant recruiting campaigns. I'm interested to find out what the difference is based on going 11-1 last year, having Zach Wilson, Dax Milne, Brady Christensen, among others. What kind of an impact has that made on the perception and the recruiting within BYU football right now, just that one season?
Winning is so much of someone's decision. And the nice thing is you can sit in someone's living room or talk on the phone or talk to parents and talk about your culture and all the great things that any university has to bring. But if you don't win, those things can be pretty clouded and get bogged down. When you win, all those truths surface and they stick a little bit more. And so we have a strong culture here of love and learning that Kalani's implemented, and players just love being around here and love each other. We've got great relationships. It's just such a fun team to be around, as close as I've ever been. And so that message is clearer now. And we can say that a huge part of what we're doing is because of that. And that's the truth. And so that 11-1 season is huge. It showcases our players, and shows that we can bring in high level talent. If you have goals to play in the NFL, you can do that here. No question. The proof is there. But we also have a lot of values and things that guys are going to grow here from. And so a season like that allows that exposure and allows us to push those messages, and they stick more.
Fesi, we so much appreciate the time during your vacation days. Look forward to what you and Aaron Roderick are gonna be doing in the next campaign of BYU football. Good luck with your bracket tonight, and we'll look forward to the Hinkle Rapati workout plan that you're sending our way.
Got you guys. Appreciate you guys for having me on.
You got it.
Thanks,
Fesi Sitake, passing game coordinator and wide receivers coach for BYU football on the Deseret First Credit Union Hotline. Deseret First, you know why, we show how.